about MOA. That there's 36 superfoods in it. Like everybody knows about MOA. The medicinal mushrooms in it, if you don't know, they are immune system balancers. So we talk a lot about immune system boosters. Who's going to think about fighting off colds and pathogens and viruses and things like that, just to keep us not sick. But I think a real crucial thing for this is when people get on this and have autoimmune issues, and we talk about, is this good for, we always get asked, is it going to help my fibromyalgia? Is it going to help my rheumatoid arthritis? Obviously, it's going to help their inflammation because they're swollen somewhere. But the reason why it does help with that too is because the mushrooms in it, they help balance your immune system. So if you have an overactive one because of an autoimmune, it's actually going to help cool it down and not make it so hyper. So that is the biggest benefit to me when someone who has the autoimmune gets on them. Chelsea has a lady who has fibromyalgia. She could not get her ring off. And we did a 2-on-1 Zoom with her, and for 8 months, her wedding ring had been stuck. She was going to have it cut off. I mean, it's horrible to have to go ruin your wedding ring. And I said to her that day, I was like, I'll give you your money back. If you do the MOA every day and that ring does not come off by the end of the box, I was like, I was just going to give her money back personally. And then Chelsea sent me a message. I was out running. I remember it was a Sunday morning. It was like 3 Sunday mornings ago. She sent me a screenshot. She said, the ring's off. The lady had taken the ring off, and she said, I'm in tears, my ring's off. And I just sent back, I knew it. I mean, a little bit of me had an ego at that moment. I was like, I knew it. And then, but it not only confirmed to that lady, like, what we said. Now she thinks she's not a fan of this. Now she knows this is going to work, and she knows this is going to work, right? But it also made Chelsea a really big believer. She knew it was working for her, but I mean, that lady would be crying in tears. Her ring is saved. So it was a trickle effect, but I know this stuff works. It's just getting people to use it the right way. This is probably, I have to say, I go back and forth. This is probably my favorite product. If I had to say, my dad's probably not listening to me still, but he takes 4 of them a day. Oh, he did. He perked up. He takes 4 a day. You want to talk? You want to take 4? You want to? It's selective here, by the way. It's not. How long? 4 days. It's selective hearing.
That's probably true about how selective hearing, because Kristen and Judy always saying things I don't really hear. So for me, I take the 4 MOAs that most of them don't know I have leukemia. And so Dr. Strand put me on, this is not making any health claims by no means. So he'll treat or diagnose anything, but I will tell you this. I've been diagnosed with leukemia since March 3 years ago. And 3 years later, after a regimen, I do a regimen. So maybe we'll talk about my regimen. I drink 4 MOAs a day, and I'm actually 20% less CLL numbers for my cancer than I was when I started. Now I'm just blown away. I gave him that email. He's like, no, we don't get trained that way. So I really don't know why it's working. Just don't stop. Simple as that. Just don't stop. So,
and no medicine. So
oh yeah, so I was going to talk about that later, but I'm 67 leukemia, and I don't take any meds. And when I started with this company 10 years ago, I was on 3. 1 up and 2 of them were just for asthma, and another one too. So yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit.
That's all I need.
Okay, that's all she needs.
Does anybody have any more questions? Okay, we have like a 5-minute segment. I'm fixing to bring Chelsea up.
Do you need your PowerPoint for this?
No, I don't need my PowerPoint for this. just want to talk real quick about red flag ingredients. There are none up here. But I know y'all probably get asked about other products. And I know I do. And is this a good product? Is this a bad product? I got asked that 2 days ago from a lady who said that she was shaking, jittery in my gym. And she was like, I drank this before I was working out. Can you look at the product label? And I was like, oh God, no, this is not good. And I can be rude about it. I'm like, why are you drinking this? You know, I don't care. Chelsea will tell you that. I just say it like it is.
Honest.
Yeah. And I said, don't drink this again. Like, you know, whatever. She's like, okay. But a lot of people just don't know what some red flag ingredients are and how to decipher if it's a good product or a bad product. Chelsea is a trainer again. She's been here. It'll be a year and almost a year. And she was working with another company, another supplement line. And so I actually never approached her about this because she promoted another product. So I don't want to muddy waters that way. I saw her Instagram. She appeared to really like her stuff. So I wasn't going to say anything to her. I was just going to let her, you know, people come to me, I'll talk to you about it, but I'm not going to just actively go that route. Until I went to Puerto Rico and then I was like, never mind, I can't go that route.
Yeah, I'm glad she did.
So I did. And I said, hey, we're talking about something. And so here I am talking to her about my product, even though she sells another product. And now I'm gonna let you just take over because this is how she learned about red flags and products.
Yes, so I really didn't know. I considered myself like a health nut basically since middle school. Since middle school, I started paying attention to the food base. So, you know, I thought I knew a lot. Everybody thinks they know a lot. So when I started training at the gym with Kristen, you know, obviously Kristen looks great. You know, I watched what she did. I would listen to some of her conversations because I'm always trying to learn. So I took it as a big opportunity that she really knows what's going on and she does. Like, if y'all have any questions about products, ingredients, like she can answer it off the top of her head. Less than a second. And so anyways, she was going down, waiting for where I was going with that. I get nervous walking in front of people. I really do. Yeah. So if my face is red, that's why I'm not having like blood pressure going up. So I was listening to Kristen. So I went home one day and I was pregnant at the time. I just had a recent miscarriage. We had gotten pregnant again immediately after. So of course I wanted to start paying attention. What am I consuming into my body? You know, when you get pregnant, you got to start paying attention to, can you have this? Can you not have this? So I've been listening to Kristen. I went home and the company I was with, they sold greens. They sold greens, collagen, protein, your standard supplement company. I remember I was making my greens. I drank half of them, y'all. Drank half. So I looked at the back of the labels because I was like, Kristen's been talking a lot about labels, a lot about ingredients. Let me see what this says. On the back of it, I'll never forget. It said, do not drink if pregnant or nursing. Do not consume. Do not consume if pregnant or nursing. And this product can contain trace amount of lead that can be linked to cancer. And I was like, oh, on the back of my greens, something that I thought, you know, I'm doing something that's good for me and good for my body and good for, you know, the baby I was going to have and all that. And so I was mortified. And so then immediately I took off, like I went to the cabinet, I went to the pantry, and I had their collagen, I had something that was called Ignition, I had, you know, just a whole regimen I took from them. I'm not kidding, that label is on the back of everything. The collagen, the protein, the greens. So then, and it was shortly after that when Kristen approached me, it was literally like 2 days later. So it was perfect timing. She was like, you know, I've seen you in the gym, like she said, and she was like, I know you're really big with this line and you really like them, but would you be, you know, interested in trying anything else? I was like, absolutely. I had just seen these labels. So I was like, tell me what you got, you know? So I originally signed up with the company to use the products and then I started selling, but that was my real big wake up call because if I would have never, and that's a problem a lot of us stuff do, like y'all, I suggest start looking on the back of your stuff. Look for those warning labels because it can make, you know, a huge difference. It did for me. And so I hate saying this part, but I have probably like, I don't want to say it in front of my husband, but I have like $800 worth of products sitting in the pantry now. And anyways, but, and I told him, he knows, I won't go back to touching those products. Actually, I
She wants me
wouldn't.
to take it.
Yeah, no, I was like, please, just because I don't wanna waste this money, but I will not touch these products. No, you can- And then he started using on, our stuff, but he takes the MOA every day, and Josh is also one of those that, I don't know if y'all have a lot of spouses and stuff with you in the room, but anything that I've ever done, Josh has kind of just like not done it with me. And so this is the
I
first,
support it.
he supports it, but he doesn't. So this is the first thing that I've ever done that he actually uses the product too and believes in it as well. So that's my big thing with that. And Kristen's probably gonna go more into this in detail real quick, but another big ingredient to look for on the back of your labels is maltodextrin.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'm gonna really let her go into that, but that is one thing. And I will say this company, because I know a lot of you are familiar with it, not bashing anybody in any kind of way. But when I say I've been with some companies, I've been with some companies. So I was also with Herbalife, which Herbalife is really big now. But Herbalife, the other company I was with, multiple companies, they all have that. And it's not just them. It's literally so many people. It's on all the stuff you can get at Kroger. It was on the back of my pretzels I was eating the other day, and I was mortified because they were like these brown sugar cinnamon, some kind of pretzels, and maltodextrin was in it.
Which I'm not.
And Joe, how much money you make here the first 6 weeks?
The first 6 weeks, honest number is what I've made $6,000 between retail and the team part of, like a team building part of it. Yes, yeah.
Good job.
Funny, she said, my husband is one of those, he thinks I'm like this witch doctor. Cause he's got spots on his legs or something. I'm just like, let me put some MOA on it. Let me put a noni soak on it.
Hey,
Let me put a limu soak on it. So,
Bring him up there to talk about maltodextrin.
oh, okay, come on.
He used to work with it.
Oh.
Unfortunately.
Perfect.
And by the way, if you're not familiar with maltodextrin and you're a healthy person, it's in almost every protein shake you could possibly buy at the store.
Everything.
I work for the company and we carry on mine, we package Splenda equals sweet. We had maltodextrin, it's a corn-based product. And it's kind of a sweetness filler, and it is in everything. But we had it come in pallets of 50 pounds. I mean, they're 50-pound bags, and we had 16 on the pallet. We use lots and lots of that. And it's in so many things, but it's just not good. And the way we ingested it most of the time, the way I did it, you hate it. So it's just not good because if you look at it, it's in protein drinks, it's in all kind of different. If you just Google it, the first 30, you'd be surprised what it's in. Maltodextrin, and that will slow you down. It'll trigger that because it is a type of sugar.
Has addictive properties as well too.
Yeah.
It's very
It is
addictive.
higher on the glycemic index than maple sugar. And the reason why too, when people consume it, it's gonna cause gut issues.
Right.
Yes, and it is a binder, it's a filler, it's an emulsifier. Again, it's sugar based, as you just said. And that being said, when you ingest it, it's sticky.
There you go.
Yes, so, and I've talked to Chelsea about this multiple times, I can't drink other protein shakes because they hurt my stomach.
Right.
And when your body starts digesting it, it gets into your small, large intestine. I just said it's sticky. It does adhere to your guts, your intestinal tract. And then sugar, what does that do? It's gonna breed a growth of that bacteria. So then you just created a breeding ground for gas, bad bacteria, and you wonder why people's stomach hurts. It's because they just put that in and they just started growing all the nasty in the wrong places. So maltodextrin, that is the first one I go to when I tell people, if you want to know if your product's good or not, maltodextrin. If it's not there, look for soy lecithin. Then we want to start looking for anything artificial colors, artificial flavors, artificial sugars. Then I go to the next one. I'm looking for your synthetic vitamins. I'll just start knocking you off. But that's the first go-to, because it's just gonna make you not feel good. You might not notice you don't feel good from cyanocobalamin right off the bat, but maltodextrin, my stomach will hurt within 2 hours. I mean, that's just a fact.
And another thing too, I always used to come from the US before I just quit. It started coming from China.
All right, does anybody have any more questions? We're gonna take like a 10-minute break.
That was good. Good job.